and I cannot emphasize enough how I don't know what I'm doing. Hello. So this is my 2015 Caddy Maxi. It's ex-British gas and it's in remarkably good nick. 73,000 on the clock. The plan today is insulation and sound deadening, and I cannot emphasize enough how I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, let's get cracking. This is what we've got insulation wise, or sound deadening. So we've got the Dodo mats and then the actual rollout, various adhesives and things. This is the fleece carpet, not actually carpeting over the ply, it's just for the trims around the edge. Thermal liner, and then full ply set. As for in the van, taking these out and removing the black tint from the inside. See all of these out, all of this off. I'm being very lucky. There's no rust or anything in here. The ceiling for now will just be sound deadening, but not actually applying or anything, because at some point in the future we're going to want to put lights and stuff like that. So yeah, first job is remove all of the different panels and the floor, and then give it a good clean, hoover it out, and see where we stand from there. So good. Found that these panels here came off super easy. It's just like a little hex nut, so I'm expecting the same for these. Taking one of these off, as you can see, it's really clean, no rust, nothing like that behind it. Only hitch so far, they've got a rounded screw on here. I don't know, may need to cut that, we'll see. Next job, the bulkhead. So plan is just to remove the one side of it, because this side's actually got another light on the other side. So for now, just this side. Hopefully that goes without a hitch. Okay, so it's the bulkhead out. A bit dark in here. For now, we've just gone for the one side. We've got this light on the inside. So I kind of want to leave this side on for now. But it came up pretty easy. The next job is now cleaning it all out, giving it a hoover, giving it a good wipe. something I have been wanting to do is just get rid of these really sharp end of the screws. It's basically where the vent on the top comes through, but especially if I'm going to be working here, I'm going to be cutting my big bald head, so I'm just going to cut those off. These might be a good idea. So this is where, as you can see me, this is where we start entering I don't know what I'm doing territory. We've got this hex dodo mat stuff. So as far as I know, this is the plan. I don't know how wrong I can go. Basically this hex mat goes on all the things like wheel arches, up on the side, where I can fit it like inside all of these bits. I think on the ceiling as well. And then we've got a roll that goes on the floor. And then on top of these bits here, and also stuffed in everything, is where we put the foam stuff. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm thinking I can't go too wrong. In the comments, if you have tips, let me know. But bear in mind, when you see this video, I'll have already done it, so be kind. Let's get cracking. So that's, I think, enough on both of the wheel arches. And then, as far as I know, we don't have to do 100% coverage on here. So I'm thinking, because obviously I've only got the one box, so I'm thinking like that in the middle of each one. And then I'll start doing little bits of trim around here, that kind of thing. And basically see how much we got left. We can always go in afterwards and fill in the gaps. I'm saying we, it's just me here at the moment. Got a couple of friends who are hopefully going to be coming to help this afternoon. But so far so good. This side, I think looks much neater than this side, but well, learning as I go. Well, I said I was learning as I go along. First little error. Forgot I've got these to take off as well. Because I've had the doors open, I completely forgot they were there. So take these off, and then more sound deadening on here, and then we're onto the stuffing. So it already has some like factory sound deadening on the panels as well. Oh, light's gone off. There's definitely no harm in putting some extra on top, especially as I've got it. I might as well use what I've got. Okay, sound deadening done. Sounding much better. We've got James here, who's kindly now given a hand. So our next job is going to get the fluff and get it stuffed in all of these, and then it will be like full panels of it up here. So I'm assuming I can kind of just like cut out a bit and stick it on there, and then in all of these holes it's more a case of stuffing it and putting some aluminium tape over the top. And what I have thought, I was going to throw away the bits that go on here, but it makes much more sense to put those back on to hold the fluff in. So yeah, onto that. Just basically found that the easiest way you can see to do this is pre-shove a load in, and then we're going to put this on and then basically shove some in and then fix it in. Right, so all the fluff is now in, and fluff on the walls, fluff, we're putting these back on over the top, and we've top of the doors, and then these are also all full of the fluff. So just going around now, aluminium tape over any of the holes to help it all stay watertight, and then with the ply just held one up against the wall. I was hoping that these lights weren't going to be in the way, but they 100% are, and they're riveted on, annoyingly. So I think it's going to be a case we drill those rivets out, put the ply on, and then screw them back into the ply. But before ply, we need to hold it up, see where is not going to be covered with ply, so that we can carpet as well. So yeah, finishing touches at the moment to this stage, and then taping and then carpeting is going to be the next big one. So we're hoping we haven't made an error. As you saw, so we've now got all the fluff, the aluminium tape and all the holes, sound deadening. We're now, James is just getting ready to remove the black lining from the windows. And I've realised, so we've got floor underlay, which that's fine. We're leaving that slightly later so that we're not walking all over it. But we've got this big thing of thermal liner. So I am hoping that we've done this in the right order, and this now goes over the top of the fluff and everything basically between what we've already done and the ply, as like a bit of a more sound deadening, more insulation, and then also as like a moisture barrier. Like I said, don't know what we're doing, so can't go too wrong, I don't think. was much easier than we thought.
Yeah.
Like that. So yeah, basically heat gun, just soften it slightly. We did learn when you're pulling the bits off, it's very easy to overheat like the bit you're pulling. But yeah, this side did leave just a little bit of residue, but a bit of alcohol and it comes off easy enough. We've
Is this your pride and joy? Let's talk about
been joined by Jack the Postie as well. So reading
nothing but good vibes.
Reading the instructions, I think I have done it the wrong way around. This stuff here basically should go under the fluff, but it's only what is here anyway, because what we've shoved in all of the cavities was always going to be in that order. So I don't think it's the end of the world. So what we're going to do now is cover everything just over the top of that, we find, with this, and then remove like these cup holders and anything that's going to be in the way of the ply. So it's this, then ply, before we do the floor. And I might put, if we've got enough, put this on the ceiling as well. Yeah. Not perfect, but I don't think we've done anything amazingly wrong. Okay, more progress. It's not the neatest. We're learning as we go. We've held up the ply against it to sort of see how much we need to carpet, and the ply doesn't sit like flush at all, which I'm sure is completely normal. Moving into the light, because it bends back. Obviously, we're going to get to a point where we have to screw straight in here, which is a bit nerve-wracking. You can see, like, not the neatest. Along here, we've kind of gone for this, but that's all going to be covered with the boxes anyway. So, continuing, covering up all these bits along here, and then if we've got enough left, ceiling as well. So one thing I have decided to do, obviously we've removed one, is cut out this section here. Yeah. So initially leave this in place so that basically is protection. It's the same thing sliding into the front. It means we can leave the bar in the middle, which helps stop things flying forward. But as we've removed the black off the back windows, might as well make it so we can see all the way through. So I think just a case of some holes, jigsaw, and then tied it up with a file. Bit nerve-wracking. Let's give it a go. I have to say, that was actually really successful. Obviously went round with the jigsaw first, but then in the end ended up just trimming it with a Stanley. So we've got quite a nice smooth edge, and from sitting in, now got a nice view out through the back, which is good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. In terms of the rest of the build, James has just gone off to go and get some pizzas because we're getting mighty hungry. But still cracking on with this insulation. This back corner, you can see, following it up. So still to do all this top edge, down the edge, and then above the doors as well. It's taken quite a long time. It is 4:30 now, and I got here at 7 this morning, so it's about time I ate. Cool. So gonna call it a day for day one. Got loads done actually. In the end, I'm happy with the order we did these in. So it's all fluffing stuffed behind, all inside every cavity we can, and behind here. And then we've got thermo liner all on the ceiling, all down the sides, and then on the inside of here as well. So tomorrow's got two main tasks. One is the carpeting. So we're going to need to take out these trims, take out the rubber seals around the outside of the doors here, and then carpet. Because we're ply lining, there's not a huge amount of carpeting to do. It's more around the top of the doors and then around the back. So yeah, good day. It's 6 o'clock now, so we've been at it for 11 hours, which I think is fair enough. I'll see you in the morning. Morning. Not too early, 20 past 8. Let's crack on. I don't want to jinx it, but it's actually gone much better than we thought. So carpeted all along the top. Because we've got ply sheets going on, it's actually all this is going to be covered anyway, so it's just really to give it in the edge. Tucked up underneath up here, and all around the edge we've taken off the trim and then put the trim back on afterwards. So that's all done, that side all done, and then next along the top, folding up underneath. James has already taken off the plastic guard here, and then all the way down the sides. Yeah, well, like I said, I don't want to jinx it. It does seem to be going quite well, but the ply might be a lot more difficult. We've also, if any of you have these VW British gas ones and you've got any tips for me, basically every time we open a door, these lights come on, and it drains the battery, which is why we've got it running now to top it back up. So if you have any tips for these, let me know. Right, we've done the back. Actually pretty happy with it. I did mess up down here and cut it too short, so we have had to do this little bit, but I learnt my mistake for the other side. And then the actual edge here obviously isn't the best, but it's going to be inside the rubber trim. James is just finding the holes because we've taken off the catches for where the door goes in. So we'll just find where they are, put that back in. Yeah, overall, for a very first time attempt, we're pretty happy. So this is the bit that I've been particularly nervous about. We're putting ply over. So in the future, we're gonna like paint it nicely. And yeah, I might put some like fixings on it. But it involves drilling into my van, which I'm very nervous about. It has holes in it, but really the instructions, these are basically the manufacturing holes where it's on the jig. So we're not to use those. We're just trying to work out how to do it. We have a very scary moment of truth. So the screws that have been provided, are only this long. Now they would be fine, but we've added so many layers of the insulation and carpet, etc. It's basically just not reaching the metal. So we're going to go for a longer screw and pray that it doesn't come out the other side of the van.
I might go like, I don't know, until it feels like it's...
Yeah.
See, that now feels like it's doing something. It's still, how can that be?
Unless that literally has hit that hole. Still not working.
There's no way that's come out of the
Huh?
There's no way that's come out of the other side. Plus the van's actually wider there than it is. Should we try one of those in that end one there?
Yeah.
I think we've proven that it's not going to come out.
Yeah, okay.
We may have just been really unlucky with this hole.
We're going to try it on the end.
Because what kind of happened is it sort of slipped. It slipped at an angle.
Yeah.
I think it's found a hole.
Yeah. I'm not liking this.
Or do we just try, because it said to put one in here, should we try hit a fresh...
Yeah.
Because this is a self-tapper, so we can just go straight into it, right?
Yeah.
Right, where do you want to go? There?
Yeah. You should feel when you hit metal. Yeah, that's where it's hit metal. Yeah.
It's fixing.
And that pulled in as much as I was
Expecting. No hole in the side of the
Woo! Okay. We'll use the longer ones. After some very sketchy initial worry, we've got them both on. That knocking is a little light. That's not the board. Yeah, both ply panels on. Really, really good and solid. We've ended up using these self-tappers, which isn't the ones that came with it. But we looked at a couple of like YouTube videos and they seem to be using them. Anyway, so yeah, we'll carry on. Doors next. Ply doors. Done. They quite fiddly. We did leave this on, which I've seen advised to take off, but we managed it. So now hoovering it out, give it another clean, and then it's the duo, like sound deadening and insulation all in one on the floor. And then it's the ply lining on top of that, and we'll basically see how much moves around, whether we need to adhere it or not. We might just leave it. Right. That is the, it's like duo, give you a little clean there. Duo sound deadening and insulation. Word of warning, like, to see how easily it is to damage, which I suspected, which is why we've left it till absolute last, but even more fragile than I thought, so just be wary of that. What we are going to do now is put the ply lining floor in. Like I say, we're not like adhering it down at all, but we're going to have to be so careful not to catch the edges on this stuff because it will just rip it straight away. So yeah, we'll get to that now. Okay, this is about as far as we can get, just the two of us today. Basically come up, this problem I was showing you with these, we don't have any screws that are big enough to go through like the whole of the top, the bit underneath, all the way through the insulation and then into the footwell. So the plan we've come up with is going to do like right angled brackets. We don't have any right now, but that's fine. The aim of these 2 days was for me and James to get it to a point where it's sound deadened, insulated. That was the minimum, to be fair. And then as a bonus, carpeting and ply, because now it's sleepable. There's loads more we want to do. I'm going to get one of those sort of U-shaped inserts where you've got a table, but for now we can now go on adventures, which was the important thing. So thank you very much. This 100% has not been a this is how you do it. It's been an us learning as we do it. So yeah, I hope you didn't watch the video thinking it was a how-to, but I'll see you in the next one, and many adventures in the van to come. Peace.
Alcohol is the solution to all of life problems. This is fucking intense stuff, isn't it?